Alrighty, so I am going to do a little bit of a more detailed video on what's actually going on in my little greenhouse for self-reference and for whoever really gives a shit to look. So, let's take a little look-see at what's going on here. So, first off, we've got my little Arduino. Let's just give a rundown of everything that's running here. We've got an Arduino, octo coupled 2-channel relay, 2 contactors, 7-day timer, runs independent. My little pump, it's a Leo, an APM 75. It's got like a 75 meter head, which I needed to create about a 6 bar pressure. That is my air conditioner. It's a small 9000 BTU thing. Looked like it was made in the fucking 80s. It doesn't really work too well, but it's doing the job. So let's and here's my little resident spider friend. He's been here for a couple weeks already. Hasn't moved, hasn't died, whatever. So back to the Arduino. So the way this operates is right now humidity is at 94%, which means the pump must have just cut out. So if the humidity drops below 85%, it will kick in and run till it gets to over 94%. So around 95 it'll turn off. Temperature, if it hits 24, it'll turn on, but not before the humidity is over 92. Reason for that is if this thing kicks in, if the temperature control kicks in and the humidity is down at like 85, it just takes a fucking Jesus long time for it to try and regulate itself all the way back up. And in the meantime, because of the little crappy setup that I have with the water, I try to have it's just like a basic little toilet float. I don't know if the video allows you to see it too well. It's a basic little toilet float just to top up the water, and I keep it very shallow. Reason being is I want as much water out of here into the nozzles and into the greenhouse as possible, because what happens over time is the pump heats up, the water heats up, and then it's shitting out quite hot mist into the room, which, when I say quite hot, it seems to be putting it out at around 22, 23 degrees. That is a problem for me, because the air conditioner is trying to pump it down to, or drop it down to 20 degrees, and then I've got this warm water being sprayed inside. So the best that I can do right now until I can get my head around it a bit more is just to not let the temperature control kick in until the humidity is up to 92% minimum, and then they can sit there and fight each other out for the last little bit, for the last little 2-3 degrees and the 2-3% of humidity. So here is the little setup. So those little black things there, those are the optocouplers. They isolate my board from any of the electronics. Well, they isolate the electronics from any of the electrical shit. The reason being is both my pump and the compressor, being inductive loads, on startup they generate a lot of shitty noise. I'll get like backfeed, and I don't want to blow my stuff. So the Arduino will switch the relays will switch the contactors, and the contactors will switch the equipment on and off. This is just a normal little 7-day timer. It runs independently of everything else. Every 4 hours it turns on, so in half an hour from now it'll turn on for half an hour and blow this up like a balloon. Everything becomes round. It's like a little jumping castle. Pretty cool. So yeah, here I've got my sensor going in. Let's take a look at that. high-tech door. Yeah. Don't get more prestigious equipment than a stick and rolled up plastic. So here is, so this is what runs on the 24-hour timer. All it's doing is pumping air in, clean air in every 4 hours, just to keep the carbon dioxide levels down. It's not all too necessary now at this stage because nothing's really fruiting. But whatever, we'll do it anyways. Oh, look at that. So from this morning to now, these were not there. They are actually cruising in this grey. This is the grey log. One little grey oysters. Hey, that's pretty nifty. Actually, I'm starting to see growth even now on my pink ones. Sexy, sexy. I'm going to have a lot of fun with these. These two bags though, on the other hand, I may have fucked up. There were supposed to be 20 kilogram portions of straw, of substrate, and I may or may not have put about 40 kilos in there and 15 there. So the ratio is about 20 to 1, which that equals bad. It's like, but on the flip side, the mycelium's doing stuff. It's growing. Let's just hope it outgrows anything else that's in there. The yellow though, we got nothing. Nothing. Actually, we do have something here. Seems like nothing. Okay, well, that's fancy. So this is just a little circulation fan. Don't want to stick my fingers in there again. It's fun. So that all that's doing is, while the misting is going on, is it's just circulating the air around. So my sensor doesn't have to. So my sensor doesn't give me any inaccurate readings due to the stagnant air. You know, it's constantly just twirling around. These are the nozzles. I, for the life of me, can't find the data sheet on these. The print on them is KES 165. Basically, they're just kind of semi-low pressure valves. Not valves. Nozzles. They spray at a 65-degree angle at around 5 bar or so, and I'm running at around 6 bar, so maybe a little bit wider than that. That's my valve to control the pressure, and I got 4 of them, and they seem to be doing the job. But what I have found is my bags are drenched, which equals bad. So I'm thinking to get maybe some mosquito net or some very fine mesh just to run as a curtain along the side, so the humidity will stay, but I won't have any direct water like building up, especially during the fruiting stage. I don't imagine that's going to go down too well, but I've got some time till then. Let's see. A fluorescent light that's just sitting on the roof. Hopefully that doesn't start a fire. Safety first. This is what you get for working as an electrician for 6 years. Ah, there we go. Okay. And here we have it. If you can see it in the light. We got the mist. And it's a very, very fine mist. Like, it takes a while for you to actually get like wet. I'm really happy with these. They raise the humidity pretty quickly for the cheap setup that I have. There's my circulation fan going. As you can see, it's circulating. As for water dropping directly on it, you know, the fuck must I do about it? Alrighty, so I think that's about it. Nothing really too fancy. That's the annoying one. oyster pump. A very happy instrument indeed. And all my drums. So lucky now, I figured out the ratio. These drums, or these boxes rather, they work out to pretty much exactly, not exactly, but I get between 20 and 25 kilograms of straw in them. And for the spawn that I order, they come in 2.5 kilogram bags, so, or 2 kilos, somewhere around there. So it works out perfectly for the ratio. So I know now one box that I pasteurize, and I'm using cold pasteurization with very low magnesium content hydrated lime, sodium hydroxide. I get a very good price out of those. I go drive 200 kilometers out of my area, and I get them for a tenth of the price of what anything local is here. So that's also pretty cool. That's just some distilled water from my cupboard project. That went to a ball of shit. Right. So my first run of mushrooms. If anyone's familiar with oysters, this is not how they're supposed to look. And this is about the most successful cluster that I got. Focus, you piece of shit. Still pretty though. I'll keep this. Yeah, there we go. So it dropped to 85%, and it raised up to 95% in a fairly short time. Cool.